turn to weather once again with KIMT Storm Track 3 Chief Meteorologist Sarah Knox. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Cami. So a pretty decent day. It started off very foggy, but then once the fog lifted, many of us got to enjoy some beautiful sunshine. And then as the sun was beginning to set, all of us, almost all of us, got mostly sunny skies. Speaking of the sunshine, yes, it is the season. Okay, well, 'tis the season. We're getting into the colder season. We're going to be seeing a lot of these, but you can still see them during the warm season too, especially when we have those thin, wispy clouds way high up in the atmosphere, which is exactly what we had over North Iowa. It is a sun dog. So we're starting things off with a sun dog here north of Ventura, Iowa. Beautiful and a fantastic shot as well. So those cirrus clouds, those are pretty high up in the air, as I mentioned. And yes, they are full of ice crystals. So that's correct, but this is not. This is not Mason City. This is Albert Lea. But hey, it's beautiful in Albert Lea as well. What I wanted to show is hopefully see a little bit of the fog starting to develop, but it really is taking its time. It's not going to be as thick as it's going to be until we get to the morning hours. But hey, it's always fun to just see if we can see it moving across the area. Couldn't see it in Albert Lea though, and satellite and radar isn't picking up on any of it as well. If anything, just picking up on some of those thin clouds still left over from what we saw earlier. But most of this activity has been pushed to the south, and really just innocent clouds floating on by. Nothing to see here, right? As we zoom things out, we can see that most of that activity that was skirting around the border has simply moved south as well, weakened. And it's being pushed by some high pressure that's currently building to the northwest. And this will be something that influences us here as we come into tomorrow and as we come through most of the day. Some high pressure really, or most of the week, taking over as we go through the week. Now, talking about it, Futurecast here, not much to show. Again, maybe a few clouds floating on by, but here we go. Let's move into the early mornings. Those of us who have to get up super early, 5 a.m., hitting the roadways, you're going to run into some more patchy fog, but that fog becomes much more widespread a couple hours later. This is around 8 a.m. This is all fog, and as of right now, still picking up on this gap a little further to the south, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. It's all about the temperatures, and of course, there's so many different variables, but I also wouldn't be surprised if some of this fog does spread a little further to the south, ultimately burning off as we enter into the afternoon and leaving behind a nice mixture of sun and clouds. When it comes to visibility, this hasn't changed too much from earlier on. Most of us looking at that half mile of visibility through our morning commute. Once again, even those of us who may not be getting the thickest of the fog, still seeing an impact. Mason City, Garner, Osage, 3 to 5 miles of visibility. It's something to remember as you're heading out for your morning commute. Temperatures will take their time to warm, but they will eventually get there, which helps burn it all off. Temps will be a little limited though, and it'll be interesting because it's kind of like today. Some of us a little more sunshine, others maybe a bit more of the cloud cover sticking around. So temps right about where they should be, and then the warm up begins. Cami, those numbers that we're seeing looking more like summertime. We got a couple 80s on there with plenty of sunshine.